to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we talk about taboo topics to make them normal and acceptable. I'm your host, Simona Spark, and I'm so happy that you are here. We are about to get naked by stripping away insecurities, judgments, and all kinds of limitations to reveal the essence of who we really are Bear. Bold, authentic, radical, express. Let's go. Welcome back to a new episode of Bear Lifestyle. Let's start with celebrations. I am celebrating you. I am celebrating myself and everyone who listened to our podcast. Celebrating today with collagen water. Cheers, cheers. I want to start today by inviting you to follow me on Instagram. There's where you get to be updated daily about what it's up. And the hot ticket today and hot ticket these days is a Bear Woman Retreat. So this event, it's 3 days of hanging out with yours truly in Beverly Hills. You will find all the details in the show notes. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Best way to get to me is on a direct message in Instagram, right? So just DM me at Simona Spark World. I want to remind you that this is an event for only 6 people. So if you are located here in Los Angeles area, easy peasy. I'm going to give you the location where we meet and how we meet as we get closer to the event. And if you are located somewhere else into the country, maybe it's time to look for flights. The event is happening on October 28th, 21st, 22nd. So it's a 3 days event. And again, as we get closer, I will organize a Zoom call with all the participants so you guys get to know each other a little bit and go through the program of the 3 days. But the intention and the goal is one, a very specific one, to help you identify, find, access, and pull out your Bear essence. So in order to do that, we will do all the work necessary to unpack, uncover, release, heal all the things that doesn't let you show up fully in your Bear essence. Bold, authentic, radical, and fully express. And today I want to have a conversation about a very hidden root of why people, especially women, do not allow themselves to show up fully, to take the space in their own life. And that is the concern about what people will say. Anyone? Did you ever stop yourself from expressing yourself, regardless if it were words or boundaries or actions, because you were afraid about what people will say? Or you are concerned of hurting those around you? Look, if you ever had this experience, trust me, most likely all people did at some point. So what do we do with it? The mechanics are simple, right? We understand what's the belief. The belief is if I show up fully, I might hurt somebody. And then we want to get rid of that belief and adopt a new one. And the new one is I get to show up fully. Well, it's not that easy to just get rid of that one and adopt this one, because there is another belief there that it's kind of making this switch a little bit more difficult. And that is we are caring, loving creatures. We care about people. Do you not? Are you someone who cares about how people feel? So I want to invite you to take a step back. And before you judge yourself that you are a people pleaser, right? That's the big one that we hear everywhere. So before you judge yourself or who you are and what you do and why you do it, to acknowledge and even celebrate that you are someone who actually cares about people. So now listen to these statements. I heard that a lot for my clients. I just want you to help me to get into a space where I don't care what people say about me. But in the same time, you are someone who actually care about people. So those two are like, right, in conflict with each other. What's underneath of all that? This is not an issue of what people say about you. This is an issue of what do I believe about myself when people say things about me. Now let's take a deep breath and go a little bit deeper. I want to remind you one thing. Why do we do that? Because most people, especially women, they are putting their own worth on how others perceive them. They are putting their own value on how others judge them. That's the work that we need to focus on. And I want to remind you this. You were born worthy, period. The only thing changed from the day you were born to today, life happened, people tell you things, did things, judge you, and you start believing them. You start believing their story little by little, to the point that here you are, a grown adult, and somebody says something negative about you, and you question yourself. Are they right? Oh, I did behave how they say. Oh, maybe that's not how should I be behaving. So they might be right. Oh, I did something wrong. It's something wrong with me. What's happening there? What's happening in that dance? You question yourself. You're doubting yourself just based on somebody saying something negative about you. You are abandoning yourself. So I want to invite you to choose yourself. Choose yourself. We are not longer scared little girls. Then when somebody attacks us with words, with judgments, with negativity, with negative feedbacks, we need somebody to rescue us. Or we even go and complain, nobody was there for me, I was all alone. No, you're not a scared little girl. You're a grown woman with a life experience that survived some crazy, serious shit. You are strong. You don't need any saving and any rescue. You get to do that for yourself. You get to rescue you. And I know it hurts. And I know that some people are just simply mean and they just want to like throw us off our game or whatever the reason are. But listen, it's all about the internal dialogue that you have with yourself. When in the storm, you have two options, to abandon yourself or to choose yourself. And that, my friend, is power. It's power to choose yourself over and over and over again, to put yourself first in your life over and over and over again until one day, whatever people say and how they might judge what you say or how you behave, not only that is not going to affect you, but you will find yourself sending love and compassion to those naysayers. So this conversation is just another way of looking at who is the priority in your life. Who is the number one person in your life? And if you have anybody else but yourself, I want to invite you to look a little bit closer. It's time to let go of the old belief and story that putting ourselves first, it's selfish. It is not. It's absolutely required in order to show up fully for the loved ones. No partner and child or friend or colleagues want us to show up depleted and tired and exhausted. What do we have to offer from that place? Nothing. Nothing good anyway. And more than that, if we show up like that, all we're going to receive from them will be complaints that we are not fun to be around, that we are negative, that we are pulling down the energy in a room or whatever. And you know what? They're right. So I can't change what people say about me, but what I could change is, what do I say about myself? And if the observation, judgment, statement, awareness about myself is that I'm low energy, well, there is a solution that it's 100% up to me. Go take a nap. If my own feedback about my own actions is in the lines of, oh, you've been a little bit negative or judgy, I have the solution. It is 100% up to me to change that. Take the time and space and look into my self-care, self-love menu. Speaking about those, have you ever created them yet? If you've been here for a while, I know I talk about them all the time. And if you're here for the first time, let me introduce you to those two concepts. Very simple. Take a piece of paper. One is a self-care menu. Take another piece of paper, title it self-love menu, and start writing down all the things that make you feel cared for, make you feel loved. I'll put in the show notes a link to Bear Bootcamp. This is a 5-session program. It's absolutely free. And it's a beautiful space to help you discover your self-care, self-love menu. And more than that, it's scratching the surface of the whole Bear experience. So open the show notes and click on Bear Bootcamp and see if that's a space that you might want to be in. Again, absolutely free. Plus, every session has a workbook to support your personalized experience and help you identify your own answers to each step that I'm leading you through this process. So look into that and see if that speaks to you. So back to today's topic of how do we respond to what people say about us, especially when they have a negative feedback. Remember to start with self-compassion, understanding, accepting, and celebrating the fact that you do care about people. And even you do care about what people say, and you do care people to have the right to free speech, right? And you also know that you cannot control what people will say. People will be people, and they will have opinions, and they will have their perspective, and they will have their feedback, and they will do what they will do. And there's nothing you could do about that. What it's 100% up to you, it's looking in. To the point to even celebrate when you have a negative feedback and you are not feeling good about it, to say, this is something that I get to look in, to shift, to change, to release, to love, to accept, to update, whatever that part is required. So next time when I hear something like that, I am no longer triggered. I am not feeling hurt. I am not feeling less than. So there is that. In closing, I just want to remind you that you were born worthy and nothing else changed. All the events, the stories that impacted your life and your belief system, all of them, you have the capacity to solve them, to let go of, to release them, to replace them. And if you need support with that, know that I always have few spots available for free coaching session. So look into the show notes, find that link for free coaching session and book a call. And if you are someone that those issues are no longer issues for you, and you just want to go deeper into accessing your full potential, then I hope I get to meet you next month at our Bear Woman Retreat, October 28th, 21st, 22nd, here in Beverly Hills, California. That's that for today. I wish you all an amazing day. Go ahead and have a bear experience, and I will see you next week. Cheers, everyone. And this is where we landed. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed the show, make sure you leave me a review to let me know. For more bear experiences, please go to simonaspark.com/bear and follow us on Instagram at Simona Spark World. I can't wait to have you back. Until then, be bear, bold, authentic, radical, expressed. See you next time.